You've probably heard type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Here, you'll learn how to better understand your health. If you find this valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. You've probably assumed they're just different levels of the same problem. Type 1 being worse, maybe, or type 2 being the version you get from eating too much sugar. But the real answer is far stranger than that. These are two almost entirely different diseases. They just happen to share a name. Let's start with type 1. Somewhere inside a person's body, usually early in life, their immune system makes a mistake. It mistakes the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas for invaders, foreign threats that need to be destroyed, so it attacks them. Not gradually, not gently. It systematically wipes them out. Within a relatively short window, the body loses its ability to produce insulin almost entirely. Not less insulin, not slower insulin. None. This is what makes type 1 an autoimmune disease. The immune system, the very system built to protect the body, turns against a specific part of it. Nobody fully understands why this happens. Genetics play a role. Some researchers suspect viral triggers might play a role too. But there's no clear single cause. And right now, there's no way to prevent it and no cure. Because insulin production essentially stops, people with type 1 diabetes need to take insulin for the rest of their lives. Not as an option, as survival. Without it, the body has no way to move sugar out of the bloodstream and into cells at all. Now here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Type 2 diabetes works almost nothing like this. In type 2, the pancreas is usually still producing insulin, at least at first. The problem isn't a missing key, it's a broken lock. Picture cells throughout the body, muscle, fat, liver, each with a small door that insulin is supposed to unlock. In type 2 diabetes, that lock slowly becomes less responsive. Insulin still shows up. It still tries the key, but the door doesn't open as easily as it used to. Researchers call this insulin resistance, and it tends to develop gradually, often over years, frequently linked to excess body fat, especially around the abdomen. The pancreas, sensing the doors aren't opening properly, tries to compensate by making even more insulin. For a while, this works. Blood sugar stays roughly controlled, hidden behind a pancreas quietly working overtime. But over time, even that extra effort isn't enough. Blood sugar starts climbing, and because this whole process unfolds so gradually, type 2 diabetes often develops with almost no obvious symptoms in its early stages. Many people don't find out they have it until a routine blood test catches it. This is the twist most people never hear explained clearly. Type 1 is your immune system attacking your insulin supply. Type 2 is your cells slowly ignoring the insulin you already have. One happens because insulin disappears. The other happens because insulin stops being heard. And this difference explains something people often get confused about. A common misconception is that taking insulin automatically means someone has type 1 diabetes. It doesn't. People with type 2 diabetes are frequently prescribed insulin as well. Taking insulin says nothing about which type a person has. It only says their body currently needs help moving sugar where it needs to go. There's one more twist worth knowing because biology rarely likes clean categories. A small percentage of adults develop a slower moving form of autoimmune diabetes that doesn't fit neatly into either box, sometimes nicknamed type 1.5. It starts like type 2, gradual adult onset, but it's actually driven by the same kind of immune attack seen in type 1, just moving at a much slower pace. Even the two categories you thought were completely separate sometimes blur together at the edges. So the next time someone mentions type 1 or type 2 diabetes like they're just two flavors of the same condition, you'll know the truth is far more specific. One is your immune system turning against a part of your own body. The other is a slow erosion of communication between insulin and the cells that are supposed to be listening. Same name, same result, high blood sugar, but almost entirely different stories happening underneath.